What is up? Welcome in to the Early Edge in 5. I'm your host, Allan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today and all week, to be completely honest with you. Super Bowl week, Super Bowl 57 is here. We just found out our man EC's going to the game, got himself a ticket, so nice job on that. But you know what? We're not going to waste any time. Let's bring in the stars of the show to get this thing started up right. So first off, as spoken, EC, first off, good to see you, man. So you got a ticket, man. You're going to the game, huh?
I did, AB. I got really, really lucky that I don't know how I pulled it off, but I had a friend in the right place, and they were able to get me a ticket, and I can't wait to be there on Sunday.
Dude, that's dope, man. Absolutely, man. That's going to be great, dude. Awesome. All right, my man, Mike Barner. Look at sharp, boy. How we doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. Ready for a busy NBA slate tonight. I got 5 picks on SportsLine. I went a little crazy today, so let's see what happens.
Dude, going heavy. Well, I'll tell you what. Hope they did a lot better than mine on Sunday on HQ. My God, that was awesome. I don't know if they're
rough
going to
in the NBA.
Back. Let me say that. Spector, speculator, my dude. How we doing?
Oh, we're doing great. Can't wait. We'll sprinkle in some of those Super Bowl picks from me later in the week. Maybe save them all the way till Saturday. You'll just have to watch and see.
Ooh, look at you. Leave a little surprise out there. I'll tell you what, Spector. Let's start with you, man. What picks you got tonight?
Okay, we're just going to go. I'm just going to give you my one best pick of the night, and it is on the SportsLine side already. We're going Bucks -4. The Bucks are 8th in the league in points allowed to point guards. So that's meaning 8th best. They allow the 8th fewest. And in Damian Lillard's career, he has averaged 22.1 points per game against the Bucks. Only 2 teams he's averaged less points per game against, and that's the Clippers and the Celtics. In the last 3 games against the Bucks, which they don't play often, it was last season and the season before that, he's averaged a little more with 25.6, but they lost all 3 of those games by an average margin of 22 points. Middleton, coming off the bench, has been great for the Bucks, propels them to another level, which they should because he's an all-star player. And the Blazers are still 27th in defensive rating. 4 points just isn't enough. I'm going with the Bucks -4.
Nice. All right. I like it. All right. One thing real quick. Our man White Stripes has a question in the chat in regards to a DraftKings promotion. Hang tight. We're going to get through our picks, get through the recap, and then we're going to open this thing up. All right. This party might go for an hour. I have no idea. We're just going to go and let this thing rip. But let's get through the picks real quick so we can get that up. Get it podcasted for everybody on that end that can't watch. And then we're going to answer every single question that you got, man. All right. So speaking of that, all right, EC, you got a pick, a couple parlays. Lay it out, bro. What do you got?
Yeah, AB, we're going to start in the NBA. I'm going with a 3-team money line parlay in honor of the fact that I'm with the 2 NBA geniuses. I couldn't resist tonight. We're going to go with the Clippers at Brooklyn. There's no Kyrie or Durant. Clippers won 7 of 9. Only losses at Cleveland and at Milwaukee by 1. Remember, in the game they should have won. I think Spector had the over on that one. It was just a brutal beat. So I like the Clippers tonight. I like the Bulls tonight against the Spurs. Spurs have lost 13 of 14, but beat the Bulls earlier in the year. Chicago won 4 of their last 5 at home, so we're going to roll with them. And then I'm taking the speculators Milwaukee pick money line, and you can put all those together plus 146. Feel pretty good about that. Then we're going to go to college basketball. Now, I know our guy Zach on the morning show like Duke. I don't. I like Miami a lot. They're 12-0 at home. Duke is 2-4 on the road, and this is a revenge game from a few weeks ago when Duke beat Miami by 2 in Cameron Indoor. So I like Miami money line. And I also like Kansas money line, bounce back spot for them off that loss on Saturday, and a letdown spot for that Texas after Texas beat Kansas State and cost me that really nice money line parlay on the Saturday show. So I'm going Miami and Kansas at plus 151 in a money line parlay. And then I just can't help myself. A random college basketball game that I had to pick an over for. We're going Southern and Alabama State, 2 really terrible teams, but 6 of the last Southern road games have gone over this number. And when Alabama State loses, which is fairly often, 17 times, they're giving up an average of 79 points per game. All we need at that point is 63 from them, and we should be good. So those are the 3 plays tonight, guys.
I like your 3 plays indeed, man. Well done on that. Well done. All right, Mikey B, go ahead and bring us home, man. What do you got, bro?
All right, we're going to go to the Cavaliers and Wizards game. We're going to do Cavaliers team total over 111.5 points. That's minus 115 on FanDuel. Now, the Cavaliers did play yesterday, but all of their starting 5 is healthy. None of them are on the injury report today. The last 10 games that Donovan Mitchell has played, they've scored at least 112 points in 7 of them. The Wizards have allowed at least 124 points in back-to-back games, and they're allowing an average of 113.7 points per game at home this season. The SportsLine model also likes the over on this. They've got the Cavaliers projected for 116 points.
There we go. Right to the point. I like it. All right, everybody, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Let's take a recap here. You know what? It does look sharp. Mikey B is on the Cavs team total over 111.5. I am on Kansas minus 3.5. Look, I think we've got a nice spot here where Kansas, quite frankly, has to win tonight. We got a low number here. Texas coming off a nice comeback win against Kansas State. Not that we're fading Texas by any means, but I think this is a spot where Kansas just has to get the job done. Warriors minus 3.5 tonight at home. Yeah, no Steph, obviously, right? But, I mean, this team has played without Steph before. They're a different team at home. I think that with a low number here, they should be able to get the job done against a Thunder team. Lastly, Draymond Green over 8.5 points, minus 120. Look, I think our man's going to be banging down low, right? He's going to pick up some fouls. He's going to get to the free throw line a couple times. And quite frankly, without Steph, everybody else has to step their game up a little bit. I like Draymond to hit over 8.5. Yeah, Jordan Poole, usually in this spot, he's going to be cranking them left and right. But his numbers were a little too high for me. I didn't want to mess with it. Draymond, nice, affordable, and attractive number there, 8.5. All right, speculators on Bucks minus 4. EC is on Southern Alabama State over 141.5. Moneyline parlay of Miami and Kansas that pays out plus 151. And moneyline parlay of Clippers, Bucks, and Bulls that pays out at plus 146. So, like I said, you know what? We'll keep this thing going, man. So, first question. All right. Let me pull it back up here. All right. White Stripes asks, DraftKings has promotion. If your team goes up 10 at any point, you win. Is there a team you would target for this? I open it up to you guys. Any thoughts that you have there?
I think this depends on how much you want to win off of this. If you want something where you're not going to win a lot of cash, but it's easy to hit, I'd probably go with Boston on that one. Of course, as we talked about before, you get the money line odds, and I think they're at like minus 500 something. But Boston to go up by 10 at some point is pretty.
Yeah, but don't you want to take a shot? Like at this point, if you're putting down that money, like for me, I'm always taking plus money if I'm ever going to do this promotion. I mean, I just can't see laying, $10 to win 2, on hoping they get up by 10.
Is that what the juice is? I didn't see it.
The equivalent.
Yeah, you take whatever the money line bet is. It doesn't matter what the final score is. Whoever you pick, they just have to go up by at least 10 points at some point in the game. I like the strategy of going with a plus odds. I really couldn't find one that was exciting tonight. I hit a couple this week. I did the Bulls one earlier this week, and I did a Rockets one at like plus 265 odds. I think if you want to go with one for this, I either like the Bucks. They're around like minus 180, 190. You could go the Warriors, which is somewhere around like 160. If you want to stay in that same game, you could also take the Thunder. They could get out to, if you get Poole or Thompson, it's cold to start and SGA gets hot. You could get a quick 10-point lead for the Thunder in the first quarter and cash that at plus odds. So those are the only three I would even consider.
First quarter here. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I think, guys, this is a better bet for football. When they offered it earlier in the season, it was like get up by a touchdown. And then you'd bet like it was like a Thursday night special is what they used to do. And it was great. I would bet like some crappy team that get up 7-zip to be like, all right, good, I'm out of this game. Don't have to worry about it anymore. Different in basketball. 10 points is a lot, especially for an underdog.
Yeah. I think Aaron said it. I wouldn't do it with a favorite, pointless. Do it with a dog. You think you could take a lead. Yeah, I think we're all agreeing. Like, that's a good point, right? It's a real good point there. Another question here. EC, how was the birthday, bro?
Oh, well, thank you. We had a good time on Friday night. Had about 40 people out at a friend's restaurant. So the Saturday morning show, I guess my parlays reflected it. Now, honestly though, I lost by 3 points in one of them and 1 point on the last second shot. Memphis couldn't get it done for me, so can't blame it on my Friday night festivities. Let me say that, but it was great.
It just cracks me up. Like I just picture you going, "Oh God, we went out. I got to make some picks. Hang tight."
Oh, I know. I did it beforehand, AB. I was smart enough to know that I put together the money line parlays, and they were so close.
Yeah, yeah, it was for sure. All right, let's see. What other questions we have in the chat here? Hey, and let me say this: I want to make this thing for real. If anybody out there has a pick on any game tonight, the Super Bowl, whatever, and you want to come live, chop it up, I'll send you the link right now. Like, and I say that as like, come have fun. Like, I'm for real. I will put you right on screen and we'll chop it up. Like, this isn't like something against each other. Like, dude, come on. Give us a pick, dude. We'll ride with it. We'll rock with it for sure. All right. Here's one. All right. The Sumo over 9.5 points tonight. What do you think? Anybody?
Love that one. Yes. As a resident Bulls fan here, I guess I'll take that one. The Spurs are going to be in really rough shape tonight on the injury front. Trey Jones is out again. Sohan's out again. Looks like Keldon Johnson might play. He was involved with shoot-around this morning, so that's a good news for the Spurs. But they really don't have anybody left, so this could get lopsided in a hurry. That would mean some extra minutes for Ayo. Ayo's already been playing well lately. Caruso's been battling some injuries, so they've needed more minutes from Ayo. But if things gets out of hand, he could especially play a lot in the second half. And the Spurs are a terrible defensive team, so added minutes against a bad defensive team, that's a very low number for Ayo to hit.
All right. Nice job, man. Nice job. Question here from Knowledge. Can you guys do an NBA prop show like NFL? Yep. Dude, that is absolutely coming. I'm glad that you brought that up. And our man Prop Stars is going to be doing it alongside any of our other guys that want to jump in, or girls that want to jump in and ride that. But yes, the answer is yes. We just got to get through this week with Super Bowl and then just kind of realign ourselves with our schedule. But yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. We'll be bringing that for sure. Let's see if we have any more questions here. Let's see. Drew says ladder challenge plus 100 odds. Giannis 30, Giannis 12. 12 rebounds. 12 plus. Sorry, Giannis 30 plus points. Giannis 12 plus rebounds. Jared Allen 8 plus rebounds. Thoughts? Any other plus 100 odds parlay for NBA tonight that you all like? Throw it again.
Well, first of all, what is this ladder theory? Can somebody explain it to me?
Spector, go ahead. You know it?
No.
So the ladder challenge is like you kind of go up 10, 10, 10, right? So it almost sounds like one of those like somebody who's selling like life coaching, financial advice. Like, we're gonna go 10x, right? It's kind of sort of that. And somebody can explain it a lot better than I can.
So is it like this, AB? If I put $1 and I win $1.90, then I risk everything on the line, and you do it as many times as you get to 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
Good luck.
Yeah. But as for the actual question, I mean, just thoughts on these in general, right? Giannis 30 plus points. Do you like that? Not like that? Giannis 12 plus rebounds. Yay, nay.
Yeah. Anything Giannis tonight that I'm a fan of. That's why we're on Bucks -4. I mean, the Portland's defense, I don't think they're going to have an answer for him tonight. And so, Giannis plus 30. I think he'll probably have somewhere around 34. The rebounds is a little closer. He'll probably hover right around that range. I think 12 to 15 rebounds probably. Jared Allen's, I think, could give 50-50 kind of thing on 8 plus rebounds.
Yeah, makes sense. Barter, real quick.
I think if you want to do something crazy with Giannis, you could even just do Giannis to score at least 40 points. You could probably get some really juicy plus odds. I believe his line is 34.5. He's averaging almost 40 points over the last 7 games. No Yusuf Nurkic. Jeremy Grant does not have the size to hang with Giannis. Drew Eubanks is going to be the final line of defense for the Trailblazers. That's not going to be pretty. So if you want to try Giannis at plus odds alone, just do 40 plus points.
All right. What do you think here? Your boy, DeMar DeRozan, over 26.5.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. I mean, like I said, the Spurs are terrible defensively, so he could blow by that number, and he has traditionally against them. My concern is if the Bulls are up by 20 points here midway through the third quarter, he's not going to play much down the stretch. I'm a little nervous about that one. I would probably just stay away. I don't have a good conviction on that either way.
What about a revenge angle, though, Mikey? I mean, when you think about, coming from San Antonio, getting shit, not re-signing him or whatnot, is that an angle that you would play with DeRozan tonight?
I believe I saw a stat today that he scored at least 30 points in every game that he's played against the Spurs as a member of the Bulls. But again, the blowout is what has me the most nervous. The Bulls don't need to be pushing these guys any more than necessary. So if they get up big, I would not be surprised if he sits a lot in the second half.
Yeah. Dude, Taylor says, got to day 9 of the ladder, lost 2,500. Damn.
Oh, man.
Taylor, that sucks, man. I feel that. I hate
He
that
fell off the ladder. He fell off the ladder.
I mean, you got to day 9. I mean, you was doing a hell of a job there. Man, that was tough, bro. So sorry about that one. Our boy Sharp says, pair Dre over 15.5 rebounds and assists. Warriors money line plus 159. Thoughts?
I like that. I like that. I think the Thunder have nobody up front. Is Draymond Green really going to have problems with Mike Muscala? I don't think so. So I think the most nerve-wracking part of that would be the Warriors' money line. I do think they win because they're at home. And no Lou Dort. The Thunder have not played as well since Dort went down. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say about that one is when Steph doesn't play, Poole doesn't run the offense the same way that Curry does. He has the ball in his hands a lot more, which will diminish his Draymond's assists.
Yeah. Cheesy says EC gets a date tonight at plus. Was that 400?
That'd be 451. Yeah, plus 450 to 1. That's a negative. There will not be happening tonight. Listen, it's Super Bowl week. It's hard. I got Phoenix Open. I'm going out there Thursday, Friday, and then I got the Super Bowl on Sunday. I mean, I don't know if there's time for dating this week, guys. But AB, I got to ask you. So Coach and the Maestro are in town. Yeah. Okay, what are the odds that you think I see them in person in Arizona this week?
Ooh, all right, good question. So, I mean, we could make that a minus 10,000 by you showing up at I don't have the address handy, but at the CBS location.
Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Yeah. I was going to say, I'll shoot you over the address.
The park is closed. The park is closed until Thursday.
Yeah. Well,
to the public.
You work here. You can get in. I'll call my boy Red over at security. We'll get you in.
All right.
Look, I would say if you were wanting to make that a guaranteed bet, I would show up there at 4:00 Eastern tomorrow.
Well, I'm on the show tomorrow, though.
Yep. I mean, I have no answers. I'm just saying I would at 4:00.
So you're saying, AB, that like the odds are like plus 250 that I'm going to see them in general if I don't stock them.
Yeah, I think plus 250 is good.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Right. Well, I'll update you as the week goes along. Yes.
I like that. All right, question for you, EC. Any thoughts you have on your boys over at Idaho State, Northern Arizona over 139?
You know, I looked at this game last night, and I think the number is going to be real close. I mean, I can lean over, but it's a sprinkle play for me. It's just not something where I would hammer it. But NAU is not very good. Idaho State, I think, had a crazy overtime game the other day. If memory serves me correctly. I mean, you could maybe on tired legs give it a shot.
Yeah. Projections have Dwight, our man, Daniel Greer. Dude, by the way, Daniel Greer is that dude. Love him. Projections have Dwight Powell for 50.76 points with a line of 8.5 points plus 105. Anybody have thoughts here?
I have not looked at that game yet, so I cannot comment on that one.
Christian Wood is supposed to be back for the Mavericks tonight, which theoretically would not help Powell, but they really don't have. I mean, Finney Smith is obviously gone. They don't have hardly any depth for tonight. I don't know. I just took the Jazz to blow them out. I think that game's going to be a rout. So I would rather just play that side of it than mess around with a Powell prop.
Hey, Mikey B, I got to ask you, what do you think of, just kind of randomly, because I was thinking about Kyrie not playing for the Mavericks tonight. What are the odds do you think Durant gets traded to the Suns here this week?
I think he's too hard of a player to move this close to the trade deadline. I don't think he's going anywhere. That's something that he's locked up for a few more seasons. So that's something that if they're going to trade him, I think that's more of an off-season move. I would not be surprised if they look to add around the edges. They have extra draft capital now. I could see them making some deals. Maybe I put out a couple of things on Twitter. I would love to see them go after like Jordan Clarkson. I think he'd be a nice scoring help for Dinwiddie and Durant, something like that. I think the Nets are going to add, not subtract at the deadline.
All right, there we go. Let me put this up real quick in case anybody came in late. Just so everybody can see the picks that we have. A couple questions in here. Aaron Bailey says, you fellas in Arizona and all this week. Yeah, we've got like half the team there and half the team here, right? So I'll be here at home, Nashville, but we'll have half the team up there, not to mention everybody else, all across like the CBS Sports brand. So, yeah, like you'll see it for sure, especially tomorrow. All of the programming will start tomorrow live on set. So 100% on that. Plus EC, he lives out there, right? So,
I do.
Dude, what I want, how we bother Coach on the show, I want you bothering Coach live. Like, I want you just walking right on stage, dude. That's what I want.
AB, that could get me banned from early edge in 5, from coach's perspective. So I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to make him too upset with me. That I'm just going to shoot him a text and just say, "Hey, coach, I want to meet some of the other CBS, HQ personalities. Wouldn't bother me if I was out there, met a few others that I would hope so.
Well, let me say this. The man who makes the schedule is the one that you should side with. Let me just go ahead and say that. Don't you worry. You ain't going anywhere. All
right. Well, in that case, we might be going out. I might be able to pull up the link on my phone tomorrow as I'm trying to bug coach, to do early edge in 5.
Yeah. I love
it.
Real quick. We got a couple other questions here. And again, guys, if any of you guys have to go, I certainly understand it. Feel free. We're just chopping it up, man, having fun at Super Bowl week. And you know what? I kind of like this show of having fun with it, and making sure that, dude, like the early edge crew, I'm working on ways to get everybody involved way more. And like I said, if anybody wants to come on live, dude, I'll send you the link right now. Come chop it up, man. For real. Like if you've got a pick, I'll put it on the recap for this week, right? Like I want to make sure, and we're going to work towards bringing this thing all together with everybody. But here's a question from a couple people in the chat, and I'll throw it to any of you guys. LeBron breaks the record tomorrow. Odds LeBron breaks record against the Thunder tomorrow night. What do you guys thoughts here? How many does he need? Like 30?
I think he's 36 points, I believe, is what it is. I think it's more likely for the Bucks game.
You gotta know. Come on, Kareem played for the Bucks.
Yeah,
it's
nationally televised game, TNT, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
And the only way I see it happening is if the Lakers are in a real close game and they need a win or something. LeBron's not thinking about it. Otherwise, like if they're up by any type of numbers, I think no, he's gonna do it for the Bucks. Also, I've seen question twice about Pistons covering in the first half.
Yeah.
I think they're at +6. I'm not touching that. Not with the Celtics. You saw the way they came out the other day against the Nets. They have that potential any given night, especially against the Pistons. They were up by 30 at the first quarter against the Nets. And I know they've been in closer games in the next 3, but the potential there is just too great for me to go with that one.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'm gonna interrupt because I gotta bail at childcare duties. Got to go pick up the kids from school. So you guys enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey, Bart, appreciate you hanging with us, man. And, tell them always said what up there.
All right, see you guys.
See you, bro. All right, so let's see what other questions.
I like this, AB. This is kind of fun.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Like I want to do this so much more, right? Like of where we're just legitimately all of us, man, just together. You know what I mean? Answer questions, having fun. Let's see. What else do we have here? Look, Dan said, hey, Jamie back on the show. Our boy went 3-0 on his first show.
Nailed it. Good for him. Way to go.
He's good. Dude, he's smart as hell, man. I mean, obviously, he's been doing this for a bit, involved with the CBS Sports research team, obviously, CBS Sports social team as well. And we're like, dude, man, like, fire these picks out. He started doing it on Twitter, crushing it. And I was like, all right, bro. Come do it on live. Like, let's go. And dude did it again, man. So,
you know what's interesting to me though, AB, and it's like when with Spector and M Squared and stuff, like how smart they are from like the models that you guys do. It's weird because I try to pick games based on, all right, I look at trends and the eye test a lot, but you guys really stick to the model, and there's a reason you guys are so successful. I mean, we were talking about it after the show on Saturday, and it was just interesting to listen to you and M Squared kind of chop it up with calculations that were way above my intelligence level. I just like to stick to, hey, I watch this team, but the two of you guys and others that do that, I really, really sharp. I just want to point that out.
I appreciate it. There's months of research and code bases and testing that goes into these models. So this isn't something that we just, kind of throw together to make sure we can kind of get an idea of what the score is. There is a lot of research that is done. We got a whole team behind it. So we put a lot of work into these to make sure that they do well for our users.
Dude, hey, EC, I'll give you a little inside baseball, something funny here. So this was a while back. It was right before Spector started coming on, right? And we're in the Nashville offices, right? Spec's entire team with Noah Stanley, like they're in a meeting room. And Noah was like, hey, man, like our boy Spec is good, right? Like, we need to start getting him on the show, right? And I hadn't met him. I hadn't really met, anybody like from that team. So I was like, all right, hang tight. I was like, let me finish record this thing. And I was like, I'm going to come find you, and let's go. So we get done, walk over to the meeting room. There's, algorithms. There's things all over the wall. I couldn't read any of it, right? I just popped in. I was like, Spector, show, let's go. Like, you're on. Dude, next week, Spector started coming out. It was great, dude.
I mean, he's on like every day now. But it's because his picks are so money. It's hard because as I said, and I joke about it, but it's true. Like, you guys follow the models. You and M Squared, you guys, you come up, you have the models, you follow them. And I'm like, I'm looking around trying to find a college basketball over that makes sense to roll with or whatnot. And it's a lot harder. I mean, you guys, I appreciate all the work that you guys have done, to get it so successful for both of you guys.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to take all the. No.
Maybe I'm telling you, but you and I feel like
it's to them. I get it. I was just making a joke.
No, but I feel like you and I are similar in the way that we play. We'll take a look at some things. We'll try to find some trends. Like, I love the way you do first half and second half, NFL overs. Like, I think that's fun. Like the Super Bowl, I was looking at your bets the other day. I'm like, now that I'm going there, I'm going to have to place a lot more, have a lot more action on it,
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you what, man, like football wise, I came up and I had, all right, so I'll just say this, and I won't put any names out there, but the dude that I played in high school with, my quarterback, he played the NFL.
Oh, wow.
I was lucky to have a couple other dudes that I was friends with that were either offensive coordinators or NFL quarterbacks, like legit. And I just watched film with them, like legitimately, like we would just like drink beers and watch film. And I just listen, right? And I just listen and watch what they were paying attention to. So I say that to say that like I had an advantage of like learning how to like properly, accurately do this. So that's why I play a lot of quarterback props and a lot of team totals, because I kind of get that more than I do others.
Yeah.
So like I say that to say I like the back at you of like everybody kind of has their little like lanes. You know what I mean? Of like what kind of picks, what kind of props. And that's what makes it great. And that's why I love like everybody on the show, because everybody's completely different. Like you don't really see anybody going after kind of the same thing, because everybody looks at a game completely differently. You know what I mean? So yeah, like your parlays, like I love that. Like I love small 2-3 leg parlays. Like I'm normally anti-parlay, you know what I mean? But dude, I like that style, bro. Like,
yeah, but you know what the thing is though, AB? I worked in it for a sports book, and I know what makes the sports book money, and that's parlays. And yet I'm a parlay player in general, just because
you hit them. So that's all that matters, right?
I don't know. It's been a little bit of a rough like last week for me. I mean, I was able to get 1 of 3 home on Saturday, but to lose 1 by a point and 1 by 3 points. I mean, if you're going to lose a parlay, I'd rather just get blown out. So then you don't even have to be like, oh, I was just way off on that game. That's pretty tough, especially when M Squared told me that Kansas State was going to lose on Saturday, and they had a 15-point lead in the first half, and you're like, oh, I'm good now. See, M Squared, you're Matna. And then I'm like, I'm eating crow at the end of the day.
Dude, 100%. And like that was so funny too, because it was like the whole game was laying out exactly how you had it. Like, I mean, it was just effing perfect, right? And then it just
the one that really bugged me was Memphis. I mean, this is a team, you're at home, you're like a -400 or 500 favorite, and you lose to a team that had lost 4 in a row. Like, there's no excuse for that. And they got it to overtime somehow, and then you choke like that. Brutal.
Yeah. Dude, brutal indeed, man. Brutal indeed. All right. Michael says, also, there's an understood in the NBA. We should be writing leading rebounders, overs, and centers and power forwards versus teams with notoriously bad field goal. That's not a bad plan right there. Like, I kind of like correlated play. Spector, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea at all. I typically like to look more at like the pace of the game. So if you're bad at shooting, but you're not going to shoot a lot of shots, then it's kind of, it doesn't matter anyways, right? They kind of cancel each other out. But yeah, you can look at correlation, but it's kind of tough to see. Like if you're a bad shooting, the NBA points has just been insane, right? Like one night you're a bad shooting team, but you score 150 points. So you can go with the numbers, but right now the NBA with this anything scoring has just been unpredictable, to be honest.
It has, dude. We were texting the other night at like 2 a.m. Like, Jesus Christ, what is going on with these totals?
We talked about it on the Saturday show, and we said, hey, unders are hitting at a really big rate all of a sudden. For the last 2 weeks, we're looking at like 57%. And of course, that night, 9 games, 8 overs. And then you go the next day, you counter, and you say, you know what, I'm going to go all overs. And what did it go? All unders.
It was absolutely nuts. I know. Here's a good question. We talk college basketball futures. Big 12 odds are crazy right now. All right. EC, what are your thoughts here, man? And I'll tell you what. Let me do a little something here real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see what I can get on screen here. Work a little magic here. Hold on.
All right. I was thinking about this the other day. So let's start with the Pac-12 just because that's the one that I know the best. I mean, that's a 2-team race between Arizona and UCLA. I mean, I would probably lean UCLA just because they have a home game against U of A on the last Saturday of the regular season. I think if you're I'm not playing college basketball futures until I can play conference tournament futures. Like the regular season ones right now, I'm not going to get the big numbers that I want. The conference tournaments, that's where we're going to look to make some money in the first week of March, right?
Yeah.
So UCLA at -210 is probably the safe bet. Arizona's number 4 in the country, but they have to go on the road to USC and UCLA in the last weekend. I have a hard time seeing Arizona winning that game at UCLA. So unless the Bruins trip up beforehand, I'd probably pass on that one. The Big 12 is also really interesting, AB. If you can scroll up to that one.
Yep.
I really like this one. This is a mess. Like, I don't know how I feel about Texas because I think they go down tonight. There might be some value here. Like Kansas, I know this schedule is brutal, but Kansas is probably the best team on paper. Probably would look at that. Now, let's see. Texas right now is, they're up by 2 games on Kansas. If Kansas wins tonight, I mean, you're only 1 game back at +350. I don't like Iowa State because they can't win on the road. Kansas State, once again, another team that can't win on the road. Baylor is 2 games back right now. I'd consider them. I'd have to look at their upcoming schedule. So right there, I would look at Baylor and Kansas there instead of Texas.
All right.
That's one.
Any thoughts you have, Specs?
No, I'm currently, we are working on a college basketball model. I'm almost done with it. So we'll have some thoughts soon.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how that model, are you going to have it done by the tournament?
Maybe.
Okay.
All right. So our man Shearer asks, who's going to win between the Islanders and Flyers? Look, I'm not great in hockey across the board, but I'll tell you what. Hold on.
Actually, AB, I bet this game. DraftKings has a 50% bonus for parlays, for hockey parlays. Yeah. So I'm playing the Islanders money line tonight. They got this guy Horvat from the Canucks, and he's been really good. And they just signed him to a big deal. The model, as you see, likes it a little bit. I'm rolling with them tonight. Taking a shot.
What'd you say? You said you're rolling Islanders money line?
Islanders like -130. Yeah, I like that.
All right, let me make this a little easier to read here. All right, 2.9 total 5.5. See what them boys doing lately here. Come on, there we go.
There's some good things. Good things, you know.
Yeah, not bad. 2-1, 2-0, Philly 4-0, 2-3, day off 45%. Yeah, I like. Yeah, I mean, look. Let me say, I'm rolling with you. Like, I'm not. I don't have an answer for it. Like, you're gonna have a much more educated answer than me. I was just trying to look for some kind of an edge. Like, I was trying to play. Like, I always like rolling with like hockey overs. You know, when you have like, say you have like over. Well, you're not gonna get.
Well, look at the over tonight. AB, here's one to take a look at. Tampa Bay and Florida tonight. So they've played each other twice this season. Both games have been like in the 5 or 6 goal range, and the over under 6.5. Both teams trending big time towards an over. So I'm going to play that one as well. I'm going to put that with the Islanders, and then I'm going to go with the Rangers as well. The model likes the over there, which is good. But if you scroll down like to the over under, it's there's some good trends there that I like.
Oh wow,
yeah,
there are.
But except when they play each other, they're 0-2.
Of course, right?
Right.
I mean, look at
Florida. I mean, Florida doesn't play a low-scoring game.
No, they don't. And, not only have they been putting up, 3-4 goals apiece on their own as of late, they're also giving it up. You look at Tampa, 5-3, 4-3. Yeah, man. Ooh, what is this? Over 6.5? Okay, so this is what I was talking about. All right, so I like getting to, when you have an over 6.5, like getting to 6. Like, that's what, like, getting to 6 and you're like 3-3 apiece. You're like, all right, I just need to get 3-3, get it to overtime, automatic win. I like that. I mean, that's the dumbest way. Like, I don't bet like that, but I'm just saying, like, it's nice when those come about, when you get it. Ronald Brown says, take Calgary game under parlay with the Lightning money line. Any thoughts you boys have there?
I tried to stay away from the money line on that game. I don't have a thought on. I wanted to play the Lightning, but everything's kind of pointing towards Florida, especially the model too. And I don't know enough about hockey to really take a stab at that. So, and I don't know anything. I didn't look at the over/under for the Rangers in Calgary. I think the Rangers 7-0 in their last 7 against the Western Conference, which is why I went with them tonight.
All right.
You'll never see me make a hockey pick on this.
That's the first one. I like it.
I mean, leave that to Allie O'Neill. That's her thing.
What do you think? Like to win the Phoenix Open?
Oh, I'm on this one. I got this one.
Maybe I got to drop. I'll see y'all later.
All right, see you, bro.
All right, we'll take this one here, AB. I've hit the Phoenix Open 3 of the last 4 years. I'm going to give out some picks on Wednesday, but here's who I'm down to. I like Matsuyama as a 2-time winner. Tony Finau lost in the playoff the other year, like that. Justin Thomas is consistent there, so is Xander Schauffele. Sung Jae Im is another one I would look at with a long shot of KH Lee. So I'm going to try to narrow it down from there. I will have a bunch of outrights because I will be out there at least Thursday, Friday, if not Saturday.
All right. There we go.
I mean, this one for me, and I'm going to have like placement parlays and stuff like that. So I was rocking and rolling in golf. I was 4-1 on picks I was giving out on Early Edge in 5. And then last week at Pebble Beach, I decided to get greedy and went 0-3. So that really hurt I'm still 5-4 in plus units, but still that one stung a little bit. So we need to bounce back this week.
Yeah, that one does sting a little bit. I totally get it. Do you know any? Let's see. We're gonna take NCAA volleyball. I don't. Although I feel like
Nebraska, Wisconsin, good. I don't know.
Like I was gonna say, like I feel like this would be, like if you were really sharp at the sport, I feel like there would be a ton of money to be made from it.
AB, you're going to like this. So the other, I do some U of A stuff on the side. And the other week I had the women's basketball coach on, he was talking to her and I was teaching her about her betting odds, where her team's betting odds were for futures. She didn't understand what 60-1 was. She's like, is that bad? I said, yes, 60-1. I mean, they're number 17 in the country, but I figured you would appreciate that. So you can find those lesser, the not as popular sports, not lesser sports, but not as popular as the NBA or college basketball, college football, and make some money off those.
Yeah, it's well said right there. Let's see. Trying to find some other questions that we have here in the chat.
Hey, AB, while you're looking for that, I got to tell you, next Friday, I believe, your volunteers are actually out here in Scottsdale taking on my Wildcats in baseball to start the season.
Yeah.
I can't go, unfortunately, but I was going to try, if something frees up, because I would love to see. I think your Vols this year, talking about good bets to win it all. They let me down last year. Come on. This is your year, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll say this, man. All right. So Tennessee baseball last year was just a rocket ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be good. I think they're ranked like number 2 right now, like to start the season. They're replacing everyone except like their pitching staff, right? Like their pitching staff, they got some guys coming back, but they're replacing everyone. That being said, they're replacing everyone with some really nice transfer portal players, some ridiculously, their recruiting is just on fire. Like, yeah, Tennessee's going to be good. Arizona's usually always good. How are they looking?
Yeah, they're looking good. They're not top 25 this year. So our coach, who I really like, Jay Johnson, is a great guy. He kind of left right after they took him to Omaha and went to LSU, who was also really good. And he also last year took our best player, Jacob Berry, to LSU, who then I believe got drafted pretty high this past year. So I think LSU is a team you better watch out for. I know they kind of tripped up early on, but I think LSU and Tennessee, to my knowledge, best teams in the SEC this year.
Let me say this. LSU, you want to talk about a team that went on a transfer portal spree?
Yeah.
Jeez, dude. LSU brought in, between transfers and recruiting, ungodly amount of talent. You're right. They're going to, and they were good last year, right? Like, they're going to be really good. All right, real quick, EC. We said it. Our man stepped up and did it. Said, you know what? I'm with it. We want people. Bring it on the show. I told you that we're going to bring the early edge crew together. Mike.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey,
Mike, how you doing,
bro?
I'm nothing much. Obviously, I've been listening for the 2 years during the pandemic. I live up here in Canada, so I figured I'd give you guys a little NHL parlay.
Please.
I like the Islanders pick, and I actually teamed it up with the Dallas Stars. Bo Horvat is like a big name in Canada. He has over 30 goals this year. He's the captain of the Vancouver Canucks. Obviously, the Islanders just traded for him. And John Gibson can't stop a damn beach ball if he tried. So, and the Stars are going with Ottinger in net tonight. So I totally like that Stars and Islanders money line parlay. It's plus money too.
Love it.
Nice.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
Mike, let me ask you this. So I like playing like NHL props, and I kind of keep it simple. Like I know the NHL, watch it, obviously, for years and years, right? But I'm not the biggest NHL expert in the world. But what I do love is writing Connor McDavid, like shots on goal. Who's our other dude for the Stars? Jason Robertson.
Yes, Robertson.
An animal, right? So I asked to you, and look, I'm putting it like I'm giving you zero prep time whatsoever. But who are some dudes across the NHL that you like that just get a lot of shots up, that get a lot of shots on goal? Because those numbers generally, like even Connor McDavid, like shots on goal, you could get usually 2.5 to 3.5, somewhere depending on the night. Any and I say just any like NHL player props that you kind of roll with that you like to play.
I like the shots on goal one as well. Like normally I'll do some background research on it. Obviously I play fantasy hockey every day. Leon Draisaitl normally hits his numbers on shots on goal. He plays with Connor McDavid as well. Austin Matthews, I have him in my fantasy, even though I'm a Habs fan. He normally hits his shots on goal. He gets like 4 or 5 a game, but he's hurt for the next 3 weeks. So when he's back in the lineup, I'd watch Matthews, Draisaitl, McDavid, watch Horvat in the next coming games because who knows who they're going to stack him up with on the Islanders.
Ryan Horvat?
Yeah, Ryan Horvat.
All right, our former Nashville boy right here, man.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for letting me come on the show. This is awesome. You guys are great.
Dude, Mike, appreciate you.
Good parlay. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm rolling with it. Let's go.
All right, guys. You have a great night. Peace.
That's awesome. That was cool to do that. It's fun. I like this format, AB. This is fun.
Dude, 100%, man. Like, I absolutely love this. Like, and like, we're going to keep doing this. Like, that's what I like about this show, right? So, we have to, and obviously, like, I don't want to, like, eat up, your time too. Like, I know that you have things, to do, but like I love like just doing this, and I want to make sure I've been saying forever that I want the early edge crew, like I want all of us together, like as much as possible, right? I want guys coming on, girls too. I say guys, I'm sorry. Like I want guys, everybody, like be a part of it. It's your show, you know what I mean? Like it's you guys' show. Love it. I want you guys coming out here making picks, firing it out. Look, I'll tell you what, we're going to take one more and then we'll hop off. That sound good, EC?
Sounds good to me.
All right, Michael, just sent you over an email right there. And yeah, like, dude, we're going to keep doing this. And also, I love our boy Joe said, what the hell is AB wearing? Look, I was wearing a hoodie and then I put on like this like button-up shirt, but I didn't want to button it up. But then I realized it looks like a 70s like NHL hockey coach.
I like it, AB. I like it. AB, we got Chamber of Commerce weather here in Scottsdale. It's like a good
Commerce.
I'm telling you, they're gonna bring. No wonder the Super Bowls come out here. It's like 75 and sunny. I mean, I could go out. I think I'll probably end up in shorts and a polo out at the tournament this week. It's warm out here. I'm not used to this at this point in the year.
Yeah. Dude, Chamber of Commerce weather.
That's what
a
they call
great way
it,
to
you know,
describe it.
when things are going well. No, it's really fun though. Coming from a radio background, just to be able to shoot the breeze with everyone, and it's fun to be able to get everything. All right, now I want to address this. Oh, this is a good one, AB.
I'm down with
everyone's all
this,
over
right?
Houston.
Like, dude, you know how much I respect Arizona. Keep going.
All right. So listen, I love my Wildcats. You can see behind me, I got U of A gear everywhere. With that said, I would be surprised if they made the Final Four. I know they've been great lately defensively, and their defensive efficiency was like 88th a few weeks ago, and now it's way up. I'm telling you, I just, this team to me, I'm not sold yet. I know they're number 4 in the country, but when it comes to the tournament, Houston's a team that plays lockdown defense. Alabama can lock it down defensively. Tennessee can lock it down defensively. I'm not sure I trust Arizona to win a very low-scoring game like that. They did against UCLA. I just, in a pressure spot, they got exposed last year by TCU and then Houston.
Yeah. All right. Fair answer. You know what? We're going to keep talking about it. But our man, Mike, we got another Mike coming on, dude. Love it. What's good, bro?
Mike,
Hey,
what's
fellas. Is my mic
good, man?
on?
You good, all
First
right?
and foremost, is the mic on? Yeah?
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, go ahead. So I was talking in your
Awesome.
way. You're good. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, I might. I got two. We can talk the rebounding thing, and we can talk that Redick MVP. I'm South Jersey, my whole life. My brother, he's an athletic trainer, worked for Haddon Heights High School. That's where Redick went to high school. He was his athletic trainer when he broke his leg. I don't want to throw my brother under the bus, but I don't. He wouldn't. He knew the trainer for the Rams, and he wouldn't give me the color of the Gatorade.
Yeah.
So I might want to get him on
man.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for bringing me on, guys. Long time, first time. Thank you. Huge fan of you guys for 2 years now.
Mike, let me say this. First off, you're the man, dude. I appreciate you jumping on with us, right?
Thank you.
Number 2, I appreciate you rolling with us. Now, all right, lay the bet out again because I'm going to write it, dude, and we're going to put it right there in the recap for tomorrow. All right, so you got read the Redick one again.
All right, and first and foremost, I bleed Eagles green, but I don't want to. You don't want to place bets with your heart. You want to place bets with your head.
Yep.
So I jumped on Redick MVP. FanDuel had it at plus 11,000 right after the Giants win.
Nice.
DraftKings had it at plus 8,000.
Yeah.
I jumped on them both.
I love it. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl? Like, we don't have to talk betting. Like, just your thoughts, like being there, Jersey, Eagles, dude. Like, because I mean, I think everybody knows. Like, I'm all over Philly. Like, I've been riding them. I think they're the best team in the NFL. I think they're going to keep doing it. What do you think?
The underdog season, 2017. We were just happy to be there, and that's how I looked at it. I wouldn't even place anything on those games because, hey, I didn't want to ruin my day. You know what I mean? Just happy to be there and everything. This time, as dominant as the Eagles were, everybody thought the Eagles just had an easy schedule. But I always said that maybe the Eagles are that dominant because the rest of the league is mid.
Yeah.
Look at it the other way, you know?
Yeah.
But back to that Redick play. I'm not a fan of Barstool. Yeah. But there's another way of looking at it because the Redick one sack is juiced to the moon already.
Hey, Mike, I want to point something else out. You know where Hassan Reddick was drafted by which team and played in which stadium for his entire career?
Oh, totally. Cardinals, yeah. So 4 or 5 years and then went over and played for Rule, his college coach.
Yeah, yep. So there's also the angle, and I like the Reddick play, actually. There's also the angle of, hey, I'm going back. I want to show these guys they didn't want to keep me. Now I can win Super Bowl MVP on the field where I started my NFL career. I'm telling you, I think that's a very interesting angle. The one that I'm going with and that I played in between the week of the NFC Championship game or before the NFC Championship game was Devontae Smith. And I got FanDuel had a boost on it. And so I got him at like 60 plus 6,700 to win the MVP for the Super Bowl. And so I'm all in on Devontae Smith this week. I think the Chiefs coverage is gonna go double high on AJ Brown, and I think Smith has a 10-catch game. This could be a 10-catch game for him, just a hunch.
Yeah, I believe that, but you see a Cooper Kupp situation 2 years in a row?
Sure, why not?
Okay, okay.
I don't look at it as last year they voted for, and I had Cup last year. I had Cup and Aaron Donald. So it was a great. That
Me
was
too.
a
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great, because either way I was going to win. I think it's just fun. I mean, Jalen's probably the favorite if Philly wins, but I could see a scenario where an AJ Brown or a Devontae Smith win Super Bowl MVP, or Hassan if the defense has a huge game.
So here's the thing: if you don't want to go Hassan MVP, which I already did, I think it's at 3,500 right now. Go this way, and everybody write this down. I'm not a fan of Barstool. I think they're already too reduced, but they didn't think about this. Hassan Reddick has had a strip sack. 5 of his sacks this year were strips. Mahomes to fumble, 1 fumble is plus 750. So it doesn't have to be Reddick that does it.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a good point.
And he has one of the smallest hands. He has one of the smallest hands in the entire NFL.
That's sharp right there. I really like that. That's really sharp.
Thank you.
I like it.
I just surf around for different crazy props and stuff like that. But I jumped on that.
Like, no, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Like, I agree. Like, I kind of look at it the same way. Like, I kind of game script it of like kind of what I think roughly a final score is going to be, right? And then I just go searching based off of that, saying, all right, man, if we're looking at, if it's a 30, like, let's just use the Eagles, the last 4 games. If it's an Eagles 31-7 type game, well, you know what? Like, their props really don't come over because they just come out and blast you. And then they just really, in the second half, they're just playing against the clock. They're not playing against the other team, right? But if it's going to be a tight game, both of these teams can go on long drives. The Chiefs really don't hit big plays. The Eagles definitely can hit big plays. So, yeah, like, I'm with you, man. Like, just kind of your thought process of going about it. Yeah, for sure.
Think outside of the box,
Yeah,
I like it. Thanks, Mike. That's a great prop. I'm going to definitely, because I'm going, now I'm going to the game. I got to find something more I need more things to bet on. I got touchdown scores and all that stuff. And I'll give that out on Saturday's show, just all different ones. Devontae Smith's big for me, but I'm going to play. I got to find that Mahomes fumble prop. I really like that. That's good stuff.
Plus 750 to record a lost fumble. It's under turnovers.
I could totally, and I'll tell you what, I think the Eagles defense scoring a touchdown, I think it's like 8-1. That may be worth something thrown in. And if you want to do a long shot parlays, SGP, like that's not a bad angle to take,
Yeah. I mean, I see the Chiefs hanging in it. I don't see them being the Giants or Frisco. It's going to be entertaining. I mean, after all, it's State Farm Arena, the face of Mahomes. But I see him. I see the Chiefs making it entertaining. I believe Coors Light and Doritos and everybody, they don't want a game that's over at halftime.
No, dude, I can tell you 100% they do not.
But the last time the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl, guys, that game was over at halftime when they played the Buccaneers. That game was long.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 years ago.
Absolutely.
So Mahomes also wants to stay in the game. I love Philly here. I love Philly in the spot. I don't want to give away my picks, but I love.
And like I said, I'm trying to keep my heart out of it, but just my head's telling me it's just that they win at every. A lot of people say quarterback versus quarterback. No, I think Peyton Manning said this. It's not quarterback versus quarterback when he was facing Brady all those years. He said it's me against their defensive line. It's Brady versus my defensive line and secondary. And that's how you got to look at it. And I think they win at all fronts, and especially if Mahomes isn't healthy 100%.
Right. Yeah.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Feeling good, guys. Thank you for letting me on. I got to go take care of the kids. They're probably beating the hell out of each other tonight right now. So I just escaped to my car real quick so I could get some peace and quiet.
Thanks, Mike.
I love that. Hey, come on anytime, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
I appreciate the love, guys. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah.
Be good.
Bro. Dude, I love this, man.
This is fun.
I love it. All right, we'll cut it out here. We've gone almost an hour.
It's crazy.
Dude, I'm definitely going to get an email from some of the suits and like, yeah, early age. Hold it. Somebody said it in the chat here. I was looking at it just a second ago. Yeah. All right.
It's like early edge in 50 instead, or 55.
Dude, nailed it. Early edge in 50.
I mean, listen, but see, the thing about this is you can stay, you got the picks early on. And if you want to hang with us, great. You come in, come out. We're just talking sports, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, I'll tell you what, man, if everybody's cool, like I'm just going to do this all week. Like we're just going to do it all week. Look, all the suits and the bosses are out in Arizona. They made a massive mistake letting me and you just kind of control it all. No, for real. Let's just do this all week, dude. I love this for sure.
Love it. All right. Back at it tomorrow, AB. Let's do it.
Yep. All right, let's do it. Hold on. I got to hit this ending part real quick. All right, everybody. Best of luck. Cash these tickets. We'll see you tomorrow.